Hello once again, welcome back to my SolidWorks online tutorial. My name is Danny Joseph, and in this tutorial we are going to be working on this particular model. As it is revealed to us, this is the 2D sketch and this is the 3D representation. And before we design this one, I'm going to take us back to our last model that we did, that you could find in our last episode. And this is what we designed from our last episode. Initially, this model looked somehow complicated, but with the necessary guideline and step, we were able to design it, and it was successful. Now in this episode we are going to continue in the same energy, and with necessary guidelines and step, we can design this thing and it will look exactly as what was given to us by our course material. So without any further ado, let's straight to SolidWorks. So now this is SolidWorks. And before we continue, the first thing you do, you select your plane. So I'm going to use my front plane as the starting point, the top plane as the starting point. So in this plane, you are not liable to use any particular plane. You can use any plane of your desire, except when you are required to use the plane that you're supposed to use for your model. So there is no penalty for the modeling. So this particular model, we could see that this model has some cylindrical geometry with some geometry on it, and this is the representation in 2D sketch. So I'm going to use two approaches there are two possible approaches to solve this. In my own terms, I call it the direct approach and the technical approach. So I'm going to use the direct approach to do this, and it's going to be pretty fast. So first of all, we're going to draw a circle, and the circle has a diameter of 100 millimeter, and the length of the circle is going to be 150. So take note, 100 diameter by 150 in height. So let's go to your circle, your origin. So you dial in your 100, then our circle is formed. Then you extrude to 150 millimeter in height. So as you can see, this is how it's going to look like. So from our material, we saw that the height has some kind of touch, and I think this is something that this is a chamfer, right? Yeah, this is a chamfer. So in this chamfer, chamfer is like it's an item in SolidWorks that ensure that the edges are being worked on, so that it won't give us a sharp part. So we are going to work on this particular part, and as specified by the material, the chamfer has a geometry of 5 millimeter. Yes, 5 millimeter. So we're going to do that right now. So you go to your chamfer. So in this, to achieve your chamfer, you just go to your command manager instead, and that will be under the feature. Under the feature, you move your arrow straight to a place where you see fillet, but you're not we're not going to click fillet because we are not working with fillet, we're working in chamfer. So you click your chamfer. Once you click your chamfer, you just click the edge of the surface, and then you click the other edge, because from the material we are supposed to, the two tip were all chamfered, and it was specified to 5 times 45 millimeter. So based on what we're working with, this is 5 times 45, so we're going to make it 5 times 45. Once you're done, you click this button, and then yeah, this is it. This is how it's going to look like. So next we're going to design another model on it, another cylindrical model on it. So this time around, the cylinder has a diameter of 20 diameter, and it has a length of 16. Yes, 16 in height at both sides. So 20 diameter by 16 height. Now we'll click the surface, make this surface make the surface a plan where you do your sketch. So you're going to click your sketch. Now so you taking your you go to your keyboard, you dialing 20, you press enter, and then you move to your extrude. Is extruded to 16 millimeter, and then that's it. So at the other side too, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to, so this time around, if you're not comfortable dialing in your circle, you can just scroll back, and then you click in your circle. You make sure you locate the your origin of the coordinate, then you drag your mouse. So with that, now you cannot dial in as how we did at the first time. So you go to your smart dimension, you dimension it from here, giving it 20, you dial in 20. So you go to your feature, extrude. Once it's extruded, and then you click, and then that is I think that is all for that section. So we're going to go back to our material to see what's next. So from the look of things, I think the model is already completed, because we're able to design the circle, and it was extruded to 150, and we're able to give it a chamfer of this specification. And with that, you can see that this project is very simple, and it doesn't require any more stress. So with that being said, I think that is the end of this particular model. But this model looks very simple. Why don't we just design it from the technical aspect? So before you design from the technical aspect, I'm going to save this model. I'm saving it as 7th model. Yeah, I'm going to name it 7th. Let's just say 7th. Yeah, 7th model. So having done that, then you save. Now this is a direct approach to design this model. Now I'm going to go to the technical approach. So we're going to go to a new part, and then you click parts. Now in this case, which plane do you think we're going to use? I'm going to use my front plane, and let's see how it's going to work for us. So back to our material. So we're going to use the technical approach to design this thing. And remember from our previous episode, that should be episode 2, in order to achieve the technical approach, we're going to use the item in SolidWorks called the revolve. And in the revolve, before you do revolve, in the sketch property, you're going to design the model halfway, and then you put a construction line in between, and then you revolve in this direction. So we're going to do that right now. Now I'm going to make sure that I share this screen so that it's going to be more convenient for me to use. So I'm going to share this screen as well. Now from the look of things, this is the diagram in 2D sketch. So we can use anything. You can use your rectangle, you can use your line, you can use basically anything, and it's not going to give us a problem. So let's use a center rectangle. I want it to be centralized. So you click here, center rectangle. You make sure it touches your origin. Once it has touched your origin, then you click yes. Now we are going to give it a dimension. Now we could see that the distance from this region, that is from this point to this point, is 150, right? So you go to your smart dimension, and then you click 150, and then you click enter. So now we've gotten the dimension of this region to be 150, and now the length from here, this point to this point, is 100, right? Is 100. So we're going to design it, but before we do that, mind you, we are drawing this in halfway, so it's not ideal you make it 100, because if you divide this by halfway, it's going to be 50, right? So I'm going to make sure that this particular line is 50. So we're going to make it 50, and then that's it. So before then, there's another sketch on this particular one, right? But before we continue, we're going to chamfer this model. We're going to make sure that this thing has a chamfer. So how do we do that? You just initially you can find it in this you will find that item in feature, right, where you see your chamfer here, you understand? But in this particular model right now, in this particular sketch now, you cannot chamfer a 3D sketch using this item, you understand? You can chamfer a sketch using it from the sketch item itself. The feature has its own chamfer, that is, you can chamfer a 3D model. The sketch also has its own chamfer, so we're going to use the sketch as a chamfer. So you when you get there, you click the arrow beside it. It's going to give you the option of fillet or chamfer. So I'm going to click my chamfer, and then we're going to make sure that this is 5, not 10. So once you're done, we're going to click the surface. When I bold it, you can see it has cut a line into a section. So we're going to do that for this area too. We're going to cut it too, and then it is now chamfered. So this is another process. Now from our material, we could see that we have another sketch at this particular region. So in this region, there is we're going to draw a rectangle, yes, and this time around is going to be 16 in length and 10 in a breadth. That is, you go to your line, right? So this is where we're going to do the construction line, you see. So I'm going to draw another sketch from here. Let me elongate this thing so it's not going to disturb us. Now the pencil, I'm going to draw this line, you can see. So it's going to touch here, and I'm going to touch here. So I'm going to give it a dimension of 16. going to be 16. And then this is going to be you click here, okay, let's do it again. This is going to be 16. So do smart dimension, click here, and then you dial in your 10. So 10. So now we're going to do the same thing over here, but in SolidWorks there is a function called mirror. That is, anything you draw here can be transferred here without you drawing it. So in order to do that, we're going to use our mirror entities. But before you use your mirror entities, make sure you draw a line. That is a line that's okay. This line is going to be for the construction line. It's going to be a construction line. It's not going to be of any effect. So now this is a mirror entity, right? I'm going to click this particular line over here. Then I'm going to click this section over here, and then we have formed a new sketch from this place because of mirror entities. But this is just a very quick exercise. In a subsequent video, I'm going to teach you more on how to operate with mirror entities. But because of this video, I'm going to be as fast as possible. Now back to our material. We're able to draw the necessary thing, and we're able to draw the fillets, the chamfer, and the rest. So let's see what is next. Mind you, this thing is not going to model because there is a problem, and in order to solve, in order to make sure there's a problem, and in the problem, this area is gray black, but this area is the same as this place, is the same as the rest of the graphics area. That is, there is no connection between this point, this sketch, and the rest of the body. So the problem that is associated with it is because of there is a closure from here and also a closure from here. So we're going to cut it out. We're going to cut it here and cut it. Now you can see our sketch is already formed. So we head straight to our revolve entity. We click here, and then you see, pretty straightforward. We achieve the same goal using technical method, but technical method is going to mess with your mind for a while, but it's worthwhile. It's going to make you think very well and make use of your the capacity of the mathematical knowledge you have. So let's compare with our former video, our former model. This is the 7th model. We use the 7th model required series of steps. In this model, it requires just a single step. So from here we could see that the model is quite achievable using different methods. Now at this point, we are able to achieve this particular model. We're able to achieve this particular model in SolidWorks using the tool approach, and we're able to do that successfully. So with that, I think that comes to the end of this video, and in the next video we are going to do a very interesting exercise and use other tricks to solve our to draw interesting model. So so at this point, this comes to the end of this video, and thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and see you in my next episode. Bye.